Hello there everyone, and welcome to another Thomas Wooden Railway review video. Here I am taking a look at the Thomas Wooden Railway James Goes Buzz Buzz Special Edition. This is actually my second attempt at recording this because when I started recording there was a bit of a problem with my camera, but you probably don't even care about that. But I will try to get through this real quickly. Sometimes the camera recording stops without me telling it to, and so I need to hurry and do a number of different stopping periods so that doesn't happen again. Might be time for me to get another camera though, but that's not the topic of this video. What is the topic of the video is that I'm looking at the James Goes Buzz Buzz little special edition stand, and it comes with a wooden railway James with all of these bees all around him, since this is supposed to re-interact the scene from the Season 3 episode James Goes Buzz Buzz, as well as the Railway series story that the episode was based upon. Or it was known as Buzz Buzz in the original Railway series story, and it was also just called Buzz Buzz in the UK, but in the US, it was retitled James Goes Buzz Buzz, and that is what the item says right here. So this is a US item, or at least it was a release in the US. Now, there are a couple of things that you could do with this. I did get this new in box, by the way. I said that in the previous recording, which, you know, got aborted. It did not get through, so have to do it again. Got it new in box, and it did not cost me all that much. It just cost me about $28 or so. And here is a little flat display of Elbridge Station, and as you can see, the beehive has fallen off, and the bees are flying around, because that was what happened in the episode. The station master caused the beehive to fall down and break open. All the passengers hurried out of the station because they did not want to get stung by the bees. And the bees just flew around because they were so cold with the beehive broken, and they needed to find a place to warm up because it was so cold for them. And they got onto James because he was so warm, and they're just flying all around him, all around his boiler, and on his tender. Even though it's kind of strange because they did not go on his tender in the story. They only got onto his boiler, like right here, although the episode makes it look as though they appear as little black dots on when they arrive on James, as well as when they are flying about. And then one of the bees burnt his foot, and he was so angry that he stung James on the nose, as you can see right there. And that was one of the very few instances where they actually used cartoon animation in Thomas and Friends. It was quite interesting to see. It looked as though it was like one of those, you know, like one of the cartoon bees that you'd see in a, you know, like in the old shows, like old cartoons from the 30s or 40s or maybe 80s or something. You know, it looked something like that. And it was very interesting to see, nonetheless. Now, this is not the first time that they have done a wooden railway rendition of James in Buzz Buzz form, or a little model representing James in this instance, with all the bees just flying around him. Well, it is the first time with the bees flying around him, but this is not the first instance where we've seen the whole red nose on his face. And underneath the train, we have James Goes Buzz Buzz underneath there, and then underneath here it says James's tender. It doesn't say James Goes Buzz Buzz's tender, probably because it would be too long to even fit or be readable. And you know, comparing this version of James with the original 90s version, which came out in the James Goes Buzz Buzz set, I do happen to have that one. It's not in the best condition, but as you can see, they are a bit different, since this one's supposed to be the more updated version, and this one's supposed to be a version that is based around the original wooden railway model of James that came out in the 90s. And the James face right here is very unique. This was the first version of a character to have a unique looking face compared to the normal face that is shown on the normal wooden railway model. And the thing about this version of James is that when you held down on his nose, you could actually change its color from red to the normal color. You can't do that anymore for this one right here, but you know, over time the color of the nose just faded off, and it just does not work as well as it used to. And you'll also notice that this model of James is very, you know, has quite a number of paint chips, so it's not all that great condition anymore. So yeah, so that's the James Goes Buzz Buzz James from the original. And then here is the more updated version, which came out in 2003. And this time around, you press down on his nose, nothing happens. It's just painted on just like that. It's not like the original James Goes Buzz Buzz James, where you could just push down on the nose and the color of the nose changes. It's nothing like that. Now, getting back to the bees, most of the bees are just painted on, like over on the boiler, over on the cab, and over on the tender. But the bees around James's smokestack, they are, you know, they are molded in. They're plastic. They are just molded in like this. And it's kind of an oddity for me to just be pushing down right here, because if these were real bees, I would have gotten stung by doing this. So, yeah. Now, as with all of these sort of special edition packs, I do have the certificate card that came in the set. It says Certify Limited Edition, and it says the Certificate of Authenticity, limited production size of 50,000, which means that only 50,000 of these Jameses were made, which is actually quite a huge number, but it still makes the item very rare. So you would really need to get your hands on one of these at the time that they were available, and a lot of people had, although I am amazed that some people did not even open up the packaging. Although I suppose some people would choose not to do that because they don't want to actually take the train out and play with it, just have it be displayed in its box. And I guess that's exactly what the seller that I bought this from did. They just sold, or they just kept the model in its original packaging. Now, looking on the bottom, it says James Limited Edition US number 16, and this is it's number 16,366 out of 5,000. Each of the limited edition James Goes Buzz Buzz display cases have these numbers underneath to indicate what number this was, so they are all unique. You would not find another platform like this with the same numbers underneath. I mean, you could get another James Goes... Well, you can get the James Goes Buzz Buzz, but you would not get the same numbers underneath. This is the only one in existence that has this exact number underneath it. Not a very special number, but, you know, a number nonetheless. And if you wanted to, you could actually hang this up on the wall, because they do have this sort of hanger right here. But the thing here is that you can actually connect this track to other pieces of track. Like you take this piece right here, and here's another piece of track. You can have the engine just go up just like that. I mean, you could choose to actually have it be part of your layout. Some people probably would choose to just put it up on a display, but I think that I will actually use this as part of my train layout. Not quite sure where I will exactly put it though, but I will put it somewhere in a pretty good, interesting spot. So that right there is the James Goes Buzz Buzz Limited Edition. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video.